Now this is my Illustrator document with my guides, which are the right sizes for the buttons I'm making now. I'm going to deal with the smaller one first, so I'm going to use my example from the, whoops, so I moved it by accident here. So one thing I should do now, I guess, is lock the guides. So I'm going to go to the View menu, and there's Guides here, and then there's Lock Guides. So I'm going to do that, or it's the same as Option, Command, Semicolon. So once I do that, I can no longer, move my guides by mistake, so that's very convenient. So what I'm going to do now is use the Type tool. The Type tool, as in InDesign, is this big T here. And in InDesign, perhaps you remember that you had to do text boxes like this. In Illustrator, they fill up with made-up text automatically. But you don't have to do a text box in InDesign. You could do just text like this. And it also fills up with made-up text. But now this is text on a vector. So I'm going to write "Today I feel," as in my example. Maybe no space here. So "Today I feel," I'm going to bring this to the center here. Now my goal is to fill up that first, the goal of that first circle here is sort of a margin. You can have all your text has to fit within that first circle, but it's also a good idea to take as much space as you can within that first circle. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to turn this, first of all, we're going to go Myriad Pro here is a pretty good choice, but I'm going to go for, say, black condense. Do I have black condense? Yes, I do. There you go. I'm going to make this bigger as well. So I'm going to turn this to 24, looks good, I think. And the next step is that now I'm running out of options here, so I'm going to, this little paragraph here, Word brings the paragraph panel, but I can also go through Window and then Type, and then within Type I find Paragraph. There's also the character, also in the Type section here I find the character, so those might be two interesting panels to work with. Now I'm gonna change the leading here, so I'm gonna bring it, say, to 24, and I did not select anything, so nothing moved. I have to, in Illustrator as in anywhere else, it's always the same principle: make a selection first and then do something to your selection. So here I made a selection now, and I'm gonna turn this. I can go to, I think, 21. Actually, perhaps today, maybe it's gonna fit. I'm gonna bring this down to 21 here, and still smaller here. Oh yeah, that's not bad. So there's an issue, of course, with the Y, but there's two things we can do about that. First of all, we're gonna make the everything a little bit closer. So I'm gonna take 40 units. This is the standard stuff we do with titles. You can adjust the space between all the letters in one go, but you can also fine-tune. So I still think that there's a little too much space here between the T and the O, and this is this one here. So this one I'm going to go to, say, -70. That looks better already, maybe -80. So as you can see, I can make finer adjustment, I think. Now, another thing I can do is right now, perhaps you can see that everything is aligned left, right? But I can, in the paragraph panel, just like in InDesign, I can center things, and that's gonna have my things, oh yeah, fit much better. I also got rid completely of that issue with the Y. So now it looks to me as I'm filling up this circle pretty well here in terms of my little phrase. So again, there's I mean, you could, I'm not sure if it's a good idea here, but you could decide for your design to, no one says that all the words have to be the same size. You know, you could have something a little bit smaller. I'm going to try that. Whoops, I'm going to try that now by making a selection here, and I'm going to try, say, 18 for I feel. And, you know, but I like it better. But the idea is that you could, you know, make a selection and change things up. Now I think all I need to do perhaps is add a color background. So again, the first circle is just a circle. It's a guide to where your typography should be. And the second circle is a guide about the background image or color. So I'm going to go here to the circle tool. And there's a nice feature here. If I find the center, which is indicated by a little dot in the center there, a little cross mark, if I press the Option and the Shift key at the same time, I can draw a circle from the center here. And that looks pretty good. And now this, I can't select my typography anymore. This is because my new circle is in front of my typography. So I'm going to go here to the Object, Arrange, and then Send to Back, which means now that I can make a selection with my text. I'm going to change the color of my text right now. It's black on black, so I'm going to make it white. These guides, they appear as green, but the guides, they don't print. And I could change the color of this thing here if I want by going to, say, there's a panel that's called Swatches. It has a bunch of pre-made colors. So I'm going to try a nice, ooh, that's very red, but you know, I think I like black better, and I'm going to make the other ones more colored. So, but that's basically the idea, is you have to create the typography so it fills up, you know, most of the inner circle, and then the outer circle is a colored background or an image, but we'll see that in the next video.